us from speaking the truth because we don't want to endure the consequences. But they walked not in fear, those magi. They walked in faith. On Tuesday of this week, January the 6th, a new Congress will take oaths of office and begin working right away on legislative matters. 2 weeks from Tuesday, on January the 20th, our new president will be sworn into office. We know already from campaign speeches that the Freedom of Choice Act is on many people's agenda. You've been hearing about the Freedom of Choice Act, seeing notices in our bulletin, an opportunity again today to sign, to let our people in Congress know that we do not support the Freedom of Choice Act. The Freedom of Choice Act, right at its core, wants to make abortion the right of every American. If it were to be passed and signed into law, it would wipe out the regulations, federal, state, and local, regulations about abortion. It would deregulate it. One of the items that would be wiped out would be parental notification for children under 18 that were seeking an abortion. Another thing that it would allow would be federal money, our tax dollars, to be used to promote abortion here in our country and overseas. And it could well bring about, if the Freedom of Choice Act were passed, it could well bring about the closing of our Catholic hospitals if they were required by law to offer abortions. This is not politics we're talking about today. This is about belief in the holiness of life. And I would encourage you to learn what you can learn about the Freedom of Choice Act and do what you can do to let those who represent us in government to know what we believe and stand for, whether it's signing today in the gathering area or other means. We can't be people of fear. We must be people of faith. The Magi in faith followed that star, and it took them beyond Jerusalem to Bethlehem. Now, they'd had a lot of time to build up their hopes. What if they got to Bethlehem and said, "What? All that travel for a stable? Why, we thought we were going to find a palace. And look at Mary and Joseph. We thought we were going to meet royalty and wealth. They're dirt poor in terms of the day's standards. And a newborn king lying in a cattle trough, a manger of hay." But that's not what they said. The star stopped over the stable. They arrived. They knelt down in worship, and they presented their gifts to the newborn king, their gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And so do we in our own callings, as we follow the star the Lord has given to us. In our vocations, perhaps our star will lead us to a palace. More than likely, it will lead us to a stable where we bow down and worship and offer the Lord the gifts that He has given to us. We offer Him the gift of faith. We offer Him our loyalty and our love. Like the wise men, like the Magi, we walk in faith, not afraid of the adventure as we follow that star. We seek the direction that we need in being followers of Jesus Christ. And we step out not in fear, but in faith, when we follow a star and find a stable.